Welcome, everybody, in the Movie Guys verse. This is Jordan here, part of Movie Guys Podcast. We wanted to say thank you so much for downloading this most recent episode. If you don't know what Movie Guys Podcast is, we are a new movie review show that is updated weekly. You can check us out at movieguyspodcast.com and also movieguyspodcast.podbean.com. Sit back and enjoy the show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another awesome episode of Movie Guys Podcast. And tonight we're talking about Super Mario Brothers, starring Mario, Luigi, King Koopa.
Wait, Jordan, what are we doing?
What? We're not doing Super Mario Brothers?
I don't think we are. Did I watch the wrong movie?
Yeah.
What are we supposed to watch?
Tank Girl.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're literally the same movie, just with a badass chick in the opening.
Okay, I see what you were trying to do with that. Yeah, you took me along for the ride there. Okay. Well, fair enough. I can see why you would say that.
Yeah, well, tonight with that little skit here, we are talking about Tank Girl, a 1995 box office bomb that has now become a cult classic and a huge following. And I'm really excited to talk about this one because the badass chick, let's talk about her. But I'm Jordan. I'm joined here, like always, with Eric and Ed. Eric, how you doing today, buddy?
You know, you say Mario. I'm going to go ahead and say like a 90s Deadpool. I'm good. How are you, Ed?
Listen up, because I'm only going to tell you this once, and I'm not a bedtime story kind of lady. All right?
Oh,
So,
nice.
Yeah, so listen, this is not Super Mario Brothers. I don't give a fuck what either of you guys say.
No.
No, we're not saying it's Super Mario Brothers.
I know.
I'm just
I know.
feel.
The juck.
I get it. You guys know that not only am I a sucker for cornrows and manicured toes, I'm a sucker for comic book movies. The ones that lift literally the story off of the comics and right onto the screen. And, we'll get into it in detail, but I feel like that's what we got here, guys.
Well, now, the reason why we're started with Tank Girls, because this is kicking off part 1 of 2 of our Badass Chick series, all leading up here to Captain Marvel next week. And the reason why we're doing Tank Girls for 2 reasons, fans. One, there's not a lot of superhero girl movies out there. We got Wonder Woman, and we got Supergirl, which, so Tank Girl would be something fun for us to do. And also, I saw this movie in 1997. And it brought back memories when I watched this one. So I thought this would be something to kind of kick off to where the female superhero genre came from. So that's kind of my history with this. Eric, do you have a history of this? Have you seen this before?
You know what? Okay, so no joke. When you had messaged us and said that, hey, guys, we should do Tank Girl and this whole thing, and we agreed to it, I'm not kidding, like the next day. I don't have cable. I just have antenna, okay, just because I don't pay for cable. It was on basic. It was on antenna. Tank Girl was on the movies channel. And I was like, well, I will be goddamned. And it's just like, well, perfect timing. Sat down and watched it, and I had to rewatch it again just to make sure I didn't, because, they might censor stuff now. There's commercial breaks. So,
yeah, sure.
And I wanted to see it in its Blu-ray entirety. So that was something. What was the question? Badass Supergirls? Is that what it is?
No, I was just saying, have you ever seen it before?
Oh yeah, that's right. No, not. I don't think I was allowed to see this type of movie when I was a kid. Or like my mom would be like, "No, you don't need to see that type of thing." Not that I wasn't allowed to, because I think when it came out, I was like maybe 10, somewhere around there. But
did you see it? Okay.
No,
so you haven't seen
not front to back. Never front to back. This was a movie that was always just in clips for me, whether it be.
So you've heard of it then?
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't know how I had. Maybe just because it was just pop culture. This movie is very 90s.
Very 90s.
It is very, very 90s. That's not a bad thing.
No. Ed, how about you? Have you ever heard or have you seen Tank Girl before this review tonight?
No, I have to say that I'm embarrassed that I didn't see this movie before we decided to talk about it. And I'm a huge fan of Lori Petty. She's part of the Movie Guys verse, so I'm excited that I got to finally watch this movie. And I have to say that I was embarrassed that I hadn't heard of it before you decided to talk about it.
Now, let's talk about Lori Petty first before we get into the nuts and bolts of the film.
No. First question, I'm going to interrupt you. First movie that comes to mind when you see her.
Oh, well, that's what I was going to just say.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, no. I was born in 87. I'm 32 now in 2019. So my first introduction to Lori Petty was the short hair Shamu whale trainer in Free Willy.
There you go, yeah.
Yep. And of course, who didn't want to be that kid, who was awesome with the whale? So that's what my first introduction to her was. That's what it was, Eric. How about you?
She has actually, no joke, Lori, I hope you're listening, has skipped, not skipped over, but like skipped through like stones throughout different parts of my life, throughout different parts, whether it be A League of Their Own, fucking awesome, by the way. I don't need to say that. Everyone already knows that movie is legit, right? But In the Army Now also was a big one for me too. She was in an Army Now, yeah. So like her, I liked short hair Pauly Shore at that time, and David Allen Greer as a goddamn gem too, right? So, but as looking at her IMDb, like she did Tank Girl after all of that too, so she's already been well established in my heart before all this. And then Tank Girl's a fun movie. It really is. We'll talk about it more. Aside from it being me saying it's very 90s, but I do consider this to be kind of like almost like a Deadpool, a character who's just kind of told to have fun with it.
What about you, Ed? When did you first see Lori Petty?
Well, obviously, A League of Their Own. A League of Their Own is a fantastic movie, one of the greatest movies of all time, and it is, quite frankly, it is one of my favorite badass chick flicks.
Yeah.
I have to say. Obviously, I love Orange is the New Black. I think it is a fantastic show, and I think it's incredibly well done. So she's probably more recognizable from there. But let's just go down the list of people that were also in this movie.
Yes, I was going to say that next. Thank you for reading my mind because, my God. So I have not seen this movie. It came out in 95. I've not seen this until 97. So I turned it on. My wife was watching it with me. And Ed, go ahead, go up the list here. When we press play, it shows us the actors and actresses that's in this, and I'm doing a double take. My wife like, what?
So it was funny because he hit pause right after the beginning, credits, and he called me. Jordan called me, and he goes, "Naomi Watts is in this movie. Malcolm McDowell is in it. Ice-T is in this movie."
Malcolm McDowell was a pleasant one, yeah.
Yeah,
Iggy Pop. I saw him in here.
Iggy Pop is in this movie. Richard Schiff is in this movie. I mean, there's so many people that you wouldn't necessarily associate with what this movie, money-wise and critically wise, became. But I was super excited when I was watching it. I know Jordan was because he called me.
That's great.
Yeah, no, I was like, how many watching? So we would not be a traditional movie guys podcast show without getting into the opening here of this. Is that this movie is directed by Rachel Talalay, which I'll talk about her in a second. The movie was made for $25 million, and it grossed $6 million in the box office. Only $6 million. Rachel Talalay, do you guys know her work? I know her from the first female director to do Freddy's Dead, number 6 of Freddy's Nightmare. Nightmare on Elm Street. She did that film, and she I don't know what other stuff she has done, but anyway, interesting get for her. This is based off of the comic book Tank Girl, which was a British comic book. It did not have a long run, but let's talk about it here. So in 2022, a comet strikes Earth, causing a drought that is still ongoing 10 years later in 2033. So Malcolm McDowell.
Take your time.
Malcolm McDowell is in charge of WP, which is. So let's talk about this real quick before we get into the awesome performance of Lori Petty. Let's just skip a few scenes here. We introduced to Malcolm McDowell as this very, very traditional twirling the mustache villain here. And it's all about water. He plays Malcolm McDowell, but they're all standing there drinking water, and of course he's always given this one guy, a sergeant, the stink eye, because their job is they're supposed to clear out areas to get all the water. This is my first complaint with the movie. They definitely fucked up when they come up with this great, awesome idea, Eric and Ed, where Malcolm McDowell knocks the guy out, the guy who was the sergeant who screwed up, and he takes a plunger thing on the back of his neck,
right,
sucks some blood, and it starts taking all the water from him.
Right.
And the camera just pans to the right hand of the guy, and his hand started to kind of like shrivel and shrink, turn to a raisin.
That's right.
They dropped the ball on that. I wanted to see a little bit gore, maybe the guy rolls over on his back and his face is like getting sucked, kind of like how like Last Crusade. No, kind of like Last Crusade, when their faces are melting in Raiders of the Lost Ark, really go up with the gore. You know what I mean? They dropped the ball on this one. They should have gone to gore.
Is that scene really necessary?
Lucy. For this kind of movie, yes. This movie needs to be absolutely ridiculous.
This movie is ridiculous. And that scene in itself is ridiculous. The gore doesn't need to be in that part because it's already ridiculous. That's not how it works. You have bone and it's just, there's nothing would be sucked out like that and be, either way, there's no science behind it. But
right.
I'm not seeing a man get sucked. That's a weird. Move along, please.
I mean, it does. It sets the tone for how campy the movie's going to be. Let's just be frank.
Thank you.
It does. It really does set that tone. But again, I'm a sucker for things that are pulled straight off of the comic book strip. And though I had not read the comics before this movie, and nor have I read them after watching the movie, I can imagine that being on a comic book.
Yeah.
It seems very comic book-y.
They did this thing in this movie where they added a lot of animation to it, like whether it be, basically they were cutscenes or kind of little scenes that would really help just move, almost like storyboard scenes, right? But obviously more detailed and more time spent on them, more animation. But they would help either just move the plot from point A to point B real quick, or set up something, or just be kind of descriptive, like the old Batman zap wow pow thing.
Yeah.
It incorporated really well into this movie to make it very playful and kind of like cartoony type of thing, like a comic. I shouldn't even say cartoony. I should say like comic book style,
Sure.
It reminded me, the style of them doing it, of a trend that seemed to be kind of in the movies around that time. So like, what were some movies? Cool World. Remember that one with Brad Pitt?
Yeah.
And Heavy Metal.
Yeah. Yeah. All Heavy Metal.
Great
Heavy Metal
movie.
2000.
Yeah, so like
Amy Hagar.
I know there's a few other ones that I'm missing, but that should be brought to mind. But or like Felix the Cat, fucking it's like some weird obscure 90s.
Garfield, or you're gonna go Garfield next?
No, I mean like the obscure weird 90s kind of animated that was going around at this time, where they were kind of, I don't know, like this style. It just seemed kind of pretty cool. So,
well, let's talk about that real quick. Eric, you brought that up in the beginning of the show. How is Tank Girl, which I know it is, I'm just asking, how is Tank Girl so 90s, like you were saying?
A lot of it, okay, first off, a lot of the music, it's very punk, so very grungy.
Very Gwen Stefani.
Yeah, very grungy punk, and it's very empowering towards women, so there was that attitude in the 90s where it was like this punky badass brat chick, who's like, fuck you, fuck the man, fuck the system, I got this on my own type of thing. And that's just really what it was. So the music was built around that too, angry kind of rebellion music type of thing. A lot of her jokes were kind of up that. A lot of the fashion was kind of like that too. It was just kind of like that. Again, it almost reminded me as if like it was a female Deadpool in the 90s. That's basically how I feel that character is. Tank Girl is that she's just kind of like this live animation that just came to life.
And one of the things that kept sticking in my head, I didn't think Deadpool, but I'm glad you pointed it out. It makes more sense than what I was thinking. Was Popeye.
Okay.
Popeye was one of those characters who just said the most brilliant and funny things under his breath. And if you watch the live action version with Robin Williams, it's like, oh my God, like that, it's absolutely perfect. This is that to me. It's not mumbled under her breath, but like the scene where she's in the tank chasing down the semi and she's cooking hot dogs.
Yeah.
That was the funniest thing. I laughed. And the little girl made a dick joke about the other I say little girl, I don't know how old she was, but the teenage girl at the beginning scene, or in the beginning when they're in the house, she makes a dick joke about the boy's what you call a peanut dick or something like that. Like this movie is absolutely hilarious about it.
Yeah, a lot of dick jokes in here. The actually one that I remember laughing at was there's a chase scene there. She was in her tank chasing the semi soon after that hot dog scene, actually. Mm-hmm. And she rolled up next to him, hugging the barrel of the gun of the tank, and it was just like, do you guys feel inadequate yet?
Yeah. I like how she was surfing that tank. She was surfing the gun of the tank. And she had a Lazy Boy recliner on it, too. Mm-hmm. Like, it was this... Tank Girl, in a nutshell, is a movie that is Waterworld reversed. There's no water, it's all desert, and the current scene everybody wants is water. And this is literally a badass superhero chick who has a tank, who decked it out, who drives around and kills the bad guys in her tank. But, so I told you guys my first displeasure with the movie. I think you guys know me pretty well to know what my second displeasure with this movie is.
What? I mean, I could make a guess for a lot of different things, but please go ahead.
The obvious one here, the mutant kangaroos.
Okay, actually, I was gonna.
That's pretty bad.
It was on the list. It wasn't gonna be the first one. Well, what about them?
Cool. Oh, first of all, the makeup was just not that good. The tails.
The 90s. It was fantastic.
Okay. So
it was better than King Koopa's fucking makeup that you were joking about earlier.
When did that movie?
Mario came out in 93.
No, right around this time. No, Warriors of Virtue, 97.
Warriors of Virtue was 97?
Yeah. You guys remember that movie?
I do.
That was a bad movie. You got to talk about bad movies. But sorry for everyone. Sometimes it just doesn't work. Sorry. But I think the costumes, because they were basically, I'm looking at the pictures right now. These are basically the same pictures. These are exact same masks, same costumes, everything, except the Warriors of Virtue have a bit more of a snout. But yeah, these are goddamn mutant kangaroos, man.
Well, in our archives, we talked about Spawn. And I would rather have seen what we saw in Tank Girl than the generic video game-like pretend graphics that we saw in Spawn.
Sure.
So it made more sense to me than that did. So, I mean, was the concept dumb? Yeah, but that's not the movie's fault. That's the source material's fault.
No, I'm not. I am not bashing on the concept of mutant kangaroos. Don't worry. I can't believe I'm saying that mutant kangaroos is fine in my book. It's just I'm not a fan of the makeup, and then they're also dogs, because Naomi Watts is in this movie, and she allows one of them to literally hump her while they're dancing in celebration.
She doesn't allow it to hump her. She's like standing there awkwardly.
Yeah, but she doesn't stop it. And the actor, the guy who's playing the rapey kangaroo there, just is goes.
They're called rippers, first off.
Yeah,
the rippers. And then all of a sudden, I hear this voice out of one of the kangaroos, and I'm like, I've heard this before. Is that from New Jack City? Wait a minute. Who is this? Oh my God, this is Ice-T.
Did you not see the opening credits?
Oh. No, I know, but I'm like, where's Ice-T? Is Ice-T coming in at the end? Is he going to be a sidekick? I don't know. When I started this movie, I did not know that we were going to get mutant kangaroo dogs that hump Naomi Watts. I did not expect it.
And Lori Petty was twerking on one.
She can do all she wants. She's
like
amazing. I love Lori Petty in this movie. I love her costume. I love her attitude. She's great. I love Lori Petty. She's not the problem. She's what makes this movie. But I just said a sentence that I never thought I would say, a mutant kangaroo dog humping Naomi Watts. It's just,
that
what?
is not the weirdest thing to come out of the 90s. and we all know that. Like, it just seems like that's a standard, actually.
Wow. You know, and then their tails were kind of like, and their tails were pretty much metaphors for dicks. I'm just like, oh. God, like it's just bad makeup. Just, I mean, what we were watching last night, I go, so this is like Turtles 3, like really terrible. Like,
remember, like this was like an age though. Again, like the late 80s to mid 90s, there was this age where like the whole prosthetic full body costume was the thing. Like a lot of movies were doing it, you know, and it was based around the chest. Whether it be like Turtles or Adventures in Dino City were a big one too. Or Dinosaurs, a TV show. Like full body prosthetics were just in. They just like a lot of movies had, a lot of kids movies, I should say, or family movies had them. And then they get into like something more. Is this PG-13? There's R, right? Yeah, you get to like the R rated because you get into like Critters and shit where you had these, you know, prosthetics used in that where it's all puppets. So that's a big part of puppets. I mean, we're in that 90s. So that's, don't hate on it. Like, you know, I appreciate it rather than it being the shitty CGI that Ed was talking about. And because that looked real bad. That does not, this at least, I guess, dates better than that does, right?
I really need to smoke a lot of pot to watch this movie.
I did, and it was enjoyable.
One praise I'll give this movie besides Lori Petty's wonderful acting in this. I actually will say that I just love the names of the people. Her sidekick, Naomi Watts, plays Jet Girl. You know, I wish I actually got a chance to actually pick up the comics here and check them out because I want to know the universe. Like, how many blank girls are there?
There's a Jet Girl, there's a Scuba Girl, and or Sub Girl. I'm sorry. Jet, Plane, Tank, and then there's one more. Right? Isn't there one more?
Earth Girl, maybe.
No, that's incorrect. What the hell are you?
Hold
on, Boat Girl.
Oh,
Sub and Boat Girl. Sub Girl and Boat Girl.
Which is pretty much the same thing. They both have water.
Well, one goes on top and one doesn't. One goes down.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Nice. So you got Tank Girl, you got Jet Girl, you got Sub Girl, and you got Boat Girl. There you go. We got to make the sequel, and they need to have their own Avengers kind of team up to defeat the evil electric plant company guys. I don't know.
The man,
Uncle Sam himself, Trump.
Well, not back then.
They need to have Becky Lynch, the true man, come and help out Tank Girl.
You're merging Call in the Ring. Okay.
I am merging Call in the Ring and Movie Guys.
Hey, did you know that the creator of Tank Girl also created the band Gorillaz?
I did not.
Blur?
He's the other half.
He's not the woohoo guy. He's not
the Blur guy. He's the other guy.
Really? So he's the lead singer of Gorillaz?
He's one half of Gorillaz.
Which one is he on the Gorillaz? He's not the main guy, is he?
Not the Blur guy.
Jordan, I know, it's simple math, Jordan.
Well, no, because
his name is Jamie Hewlett. Jamie Hewlett.
No, like okay, you're talking about Gorillaz, but every time when I see them, they always have there's always like a bunch of characters. You got the blue-haired guy, you got the short Asian guy, you got the big black guy.
Those are the virtual characters. That's the virtual band, but they're not real.
I know they're not real, jackass. I'm just saying.
Hey, listen, I don't ever want to be the person to say that Santa Claus isn't real, and I'm sorry that I had to do that today. I'm sorry you had to find out like this. Through live on a podcast. We got it live here. But, yeah, the other guy.
Because the blue guy plays the blue hair guy. Anyway,
Damon Albarn, I hope I said that correctly.
Yeah.
He's the other half. Who did a lot of Gorillas. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, back.
Anyway, let's back to Tank Girl, please. Thank you.
So, so I'm not gonna get into the final reviews of this yet, but I mean, Tank Girl was fun. It's just really no bullshit. What made me laugh throughout the whole time and have a good time was this Lori Petty, because it brought me back to seeing her in Free Willy and shit when I was growing up. And that's why I opened the segment up today with Super Mario Brothers, because Super Mario Brothers is a terrible freaking movie. Just terrible, god awful. I'll still watch it because it's nostalgia. I saw that in theaters with my dad. So if Tank Girl was different, like if I saw Tank Girl in theaters with my dad instead of Super Mario Brothers, then maybe I would enjoy this more. But production, not great. Malcolm McDowell was fun. Tank Girl was fun. Just, it's just weird. It's just those goddamn kangaroos. I had nightmares last night. Oh.
That sucks for you.
Oh, it freaked me out.
Makes sense, Jordan.
All right, Ed, let's get into our popcorn ratings. Ed, what will be your popcorn rating for Tank Girl?
So, again, I have not seen this movie nor heard anything about it until you brought it up when we decided that we were going to do a Badass Chick series leading up to and including Captain Marvel, which we will be doing next week. But I'm giving us a large bag, boys. I mean, hands down. Like, I get that the movie itself, like, maybe the movie as a movie wasn't the best and most well-done thing ever. But to me, a large bag of popcorn represents something that I really fucking loved watching. And I loved watching every aspect of this movie. I absolutely did. Like, I went into it knowing the reviews of it were awful, just god-awful.
Yep.
And I knew that it bombed, and I was like, okay, I'm going to sit here, I'm going to watch it. Let me have a couple drinks. Let me get some chips. I'm just going to watch it because I have to. And I absolutely loved everything about the movie. No bullshit. I even loved your mutant kangaroo dogs, the Rippers. Laugh at me all you want, boys, but
I'm not laughing at you. I just can't believe you gave this movie
I'm giving it a large bag of popcorn.
You gave us the highest review we can give a movie.
I love you and Ellen.
I absolutely loved everything that you could love about this movie.
Wow. Okay, so you gave Tank Girl the highest review that we could give a movie. All right. Fair enough.
I mean, it's not the highest. I mean, we could jazz it up a little bit, right?
Yes.
Fine, the golden popcorn, but still, I mean, large. I mean, we do small, medium, large. So, okay, large bag of popcorn for Ed here on Tank Girl. Eric, what is your popcorn rating for Tank Girl?
Just so you know, it says here in the trivia that a dick scene was cut out with Tank Girl and Booga. A 10-inch prosthetic cock was cut out. It was a $5,000 cock. It looked brilliant, end quote. So I just want to let you know that.
Ed, hold on, stop. Ed was taking a drink, and he choked on it when you were talking.
Just want to let you know that. Also, but to its saving grace, much to test the quality of the movie in this era, James Hong's in this movie, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Hardest working man in Hollywood. So it's always good to see him as a crazy Asian man, wizard, evil sorcerer, shady character in an alley type of thing who's going to, in this case, deal a glove, an actual forearm and hand.
Yeah,
Malcolm.
Yeah, that's what happened.
He reminded me of the bad guy from Inspector Gadget.
Yeah, Dr. Claw.
Dr. Claw, all he needed was a kitty.
So, yeah. Listen, this movie is, I've not seen in the full sitting, I've always seen it in clips and backgrounds. I think it's kind of maybe, I don't know, it's definitely has a following, but this is a movie that should be enjoyed with a group of people and not, maybe by yourself individually. I'm just saying that, out of my opinion. I think it's a fun movie that is like a party movie. I guess that's a new genre that we can put things in, right? Where
there you go.
Put it on the background, and it's just kind of because this movie moves very very quick. A lot happens in this movie, and sometimes you're just like, wait a minute, where are they again? How are they here? How is she? Why are they? Who are they? It's a lot of those questions get asked, but it's pretty to look at. A lot of shit's going on, and if it ain't moving, then it's blowing up.
Yeah.
So, and if it's doing neither of those, then it's telling a dick joke. So for that, I'll give it a small bag, but with with all the fixings on it. Some extra fucking butter, some salt, just because it's a party. I'll throw some cannabis butter on that too. How about that?
Oh, okay.
It is all legal in your state. It is all legal in your state. We're all good.
It is legal in my state, ladies and gentlemen, Michigan here. So, yeah, I'm gonna give this a small bag of can of butter, popcorn.
Nice. God, what can I say that I haven't already said before? I really did enjoy Lori Petty. She was definitely a female Deadpool.
I don't think she was acting.
No. I mean, like, there's an IMDb trivia that said that she's got the script and she didn't know what Tank Girl was, I guess. And when she saw the actual comic, she goes, well, this is me, clearly. She looks just like me. I mean, like, everything that she was never worried. She was never scared. Early in the movie where they put the straitjacket on her and they put it on the tube and Malcolm McDowell's like, the farther you go, the skinnier it's going to get. And she just makes some comment and she just goes down the tube and doesn't freak the fuck out. Like, I'll be freaking out.
I would be freaking out too, yeah.
Right? So I loved her in this movie. She makes the movie. Eric, you are right. You need to see this with a bunch of friends. Maybe when May the 4th happens, somebody should bring a copy.
Hey.
I mean, this is something that you see in the theater with friends. This is something that people dress up as. This is a Rocky Horror Picture Show kind of a movie. This is not something to watch by yourself. So with that being said, because she's great in it, this is going to be a small bag. No extra butter, just a small bag of popcorn. Watch it for Lori Petty. So before we... Yeah.
Before, Jordan, before you jump in, I just want to let all the fans know that Eric and I, we're pleased to announce we don't have an exact date yet, but we will be continuing from last year. Eric and I will be doing the Game of Thrones reaction and recap episodes that we did from last year. They were extremely popular.
Winner's here, everyone.
The winner is here, and Movie Guys Podcast is here to help you cope with whatever we know is going to happen and make you extremely sad. So look for that after the first episode airs. More details to come in the next few weeks. But I just wanted to announce that live on the air. So,
all right. So before we end the episode here with Tank Girl, Eric and Ed have a question for you. Yeah. If they were to remake Tank Girl, and Lori Petty is not in it, they're going to cast a new Tank Girl. Let's say this happens. Ed, I'll ask you first. What actress would you hire for the role of Tank Girl?
Ryan Reynolds.
If Deadpool just did Tank Girl,
yeah.
Tell me that's something right there. Because he jumped from because Tank Girl is that's Titan Comics, right? That's a completely sub-genre. He could please someone hear this.
Eric's excited.
Do you just see them? Because he'd have to wear a wig the entire time.
Leg and stockings, fishnet stockings on Deadpool. Okay, so Ryan Reynolds is Ed's answer, I guess. Eric, do you have an answer? Who would be Tank Girl?
That is really tough.
Well, how about this? Let you think, and I'll give you mine. My answer would be Gwen Stefani.
So the curse of Hollywood would be that you need to be this young and kind of hot thing, and you got to have an ass, and it's got to be young, and that's what Hollywood wants. as much as I would love to see where Lori Petty's Tank Girl is now, it depends on who makes the movie. I think she still got it. I think she can still pull it off. Like, she still has the attitude. That's
but if you can't, Miley Cyrus.
It could be more joke and less sexual flaunt. But either way, but I mean, there was Liquid Silver. There was a fucking burlesque lounge in this movie. So
yeah,
I mean, so sexy is a part of the thing. But if it needed to be a recast, I don't know, man. That's a tough fucking call.
Miley Cyrus, Gwen Stefani.
Why has he got to be a musician?
Because if I look at Lori Petty as Tank Girl and I look at Gwen Stefani with all of her costumes, Gwen Stefani looks like she would be a good Tank Girl, looks-wise.
She ain't no holla back girl.
There you go.
And your pick is Bananas. Bananas.
Yeah, I can just do type. Is a Rising Stars? Can I just type this one in IMDb? Maybe give us an idea. I don't. It's hard, man. I really don't know who the hell. I don't know who any of these girls are.
You really and truly cannot recast Lori Petty out of this role. You just can't do it.
Absolutely, you're right. Yeah, just like you cannot recast John Leguizamo as Luigi.
Right, it's just that's them. That is them 100%.
Well, you never know, because there's always a Heath Ledger out there, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Okay, well, we've gone on long enough here talking about Tank Girl. Everybody in the Movie Guys verse, thank you so much for listening to this episode. We greatly appreciate it, like always. Make sure to check us out at movieguyspodcast.com and movieguyspodcast.podbean.com. On Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, just go ahead and search for us on those social media platforms. Search for Movie Guys Podcast and download this episode and many others. Go to movieguyspodcast.com, movieguyspodcast.podbean.com, iTunes, iTunes, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. I tongue-tied there. And you can make sure to check out many episodes. Just check out Movie Guys Podcast. Thank you so much, Eric and Ed, for joining me. And we will continue with our badass chicks superhero films next week with Captain Marvel. Have a good night.